Hello again, and welcome to a special edition of Alexander's Book Reviews. Today I'm going to review not just a single book, but 4. I was asked in a comment if I could review some of Dan Brown's books, and I thought to myself, hey, I've read Dan Brown novels, I'll just review all of them. Except his last one, The Lost Symbol, which I haven't read. So, presenting to you Digital Fortress, Deception Point, Angels and Demons, and The Da Vinci Code. Digital Fortress is a thriller centred around a theme of cryptography. The National Security Agency, an organisation within the US government which is in charge of breaking codes basically, they get sent this code one day that they cannot break. And they soon discover that this code is a threat to national security, that it is going to be released soon, and that the key to breaking it is within a ring somewhere in Spain. Yeah, it's complicated. Of all 4 novels, this one was probably my favourite. I mean, it may be because I'm a mathematician and I like codes and cryptography and such things, but in any case, it is good. Deception Point is another thriller. NASA discovers a meteorite that shows signs of extraterrestrial life, so a team of experts sent there to investigate. But as soon as they begin to suspect that something might be a little dodgy, they also find that a group of people have been sent out to assassinate them. I didn't think this one was terribly good. I mean, the plot is quite slow to get started, and once it actually does, it's extremely easy to predict. And it just gets drowned in a lot of scientific jabber about this meteorite, and the characters just seem to be way too excited about details such as how much nickel there is in this meteorite, and yeah. Angels and Demons is yet another thriller. The world's first antimatter has been stolen from the European Centre of Nuclear Research, and our main protagonist, Robert Langdon, soon discovers that it has been turned into a bomb that threatens to blow up the entire Vatican. The Vatican is currently deciding who's going to be the next Pope, and Robert Langdon also discovers that the 4 most likely candidates are being murdered one by one. In very creative ways, I have to say. They suspect that a cult called the Illuminati, who everyone thought was long dead, is behind all this. This one's very good. It's fast, it's interesting, and it has a nice sort of balance between fast-paced action and conversation between the characters about what's actually going on. Finally, The Da Vinci Code is, can you guess it, a thriller. It's also a sequel to Angels and Demons, starring once again our main protagonist, Robert Langdon. A man has been found dead in Paris, and he's left some clues about his death to Robert Langdon. So Robert Langdon sets out on this quest to discover the secret about this man's death, while simultaneously being chased by the police, who believe he's the prime suspect. It's a quest that's going to be full of riddles and hidden clues, and that is eventually going to lead to secrets about the Holy Grail and the Catholic Church. It's similar in style to Angels and Demons. It has the same kind of fast-paced action and interesting trivia along the way. It's also equally good. Now, all 4 books have some elements in common, elements that are sort of typically Dan Brown-ish. For example, in each of them you end up having 2 main characters, 1 male, 1 female, and some kind of romantic tension building up between them throughout the story. Another common element is the idea of a treasure hunt, and this actually makes these 4 books quite unique from other thrillers. Because you have our main characters who start from a series of clues and then from there have to work their way to another set of clues in a different location, and from there in turn then discover the next set of clues, and so on until they unveil the secret plot or find the ring or the bomb or whatever they're supposed to find. A final thing that makes Dan Brown's books really interesting is the amount of factual knowledge built into the plot. Through the conversations in the book you learn things that you never knew, be it the meter of poetry in the 1700s or controversial theories about the Catholic Church. And Dan Brown knows how to use these things, these useless bits of trivia that you'd never use otherwise, and weave them into this complex and intriguing plot. It isn't science fiction, but it is literally the combination of fact and fiction. See, because this is also important to realise when you're reading Dan Brown. It is fiction. The first page in each book, like this is the Da Vinci Code, the first page, fact, is devoted to telling you what things in this book are actually true. So So what this page also tells you is anything not on this page, you shouldn't take it for granted. To give an example, in Angels and Demons, they talk about the Illuminati, a secret brotherhood, and it is a fact that this brotherhood existed many hundred years ago, but the commonly held belief is that it doesn't anymore. What Dan Brown says is, well, what if it did? And then builds a really good story from there. But it is a story. In short, don't claim something is true just because you've read it in, say, the Da Vinci Code. It might be, but look it up somewhere else first. To sum up, if anyone tells you Dan Brown is a rubbish author, they're lying. If they tell you he's the best author that ever lived, they're also lying. Dan Brown is a good but standard thriller novelist whose novels have this factual element in it that often appeals to intellectual readers, and whose controversial theories about the Catholic Church has brought him worldwide fame. That's it for this time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Next book review coming up soon.